All right, what's going on my new current and future rides for drivers and passengers out there? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, well, it's some not so good news, but at the same time, it's something we know they've been doing for a while, but it seems like they went a little extreme the last couple of days. Now, I heard about all this on Monday, but since it was April Fool's, I didn't really want to talk about it because I didn't think anyone was going to believe me. But another fellow YouTuber, Rideshare Revolution, Geo, he was actually out there driving and heard about this. But since he was actually driving and it was happening in his market, he has screenshots to show everybody exactly what was going down. Now, normally, we all know, ever since the new agreement, that we get paid for miles and time. And it used to be the multiplier, and then they switched it to the flat rate surge, which the flat rate surge means we're only going to get like an extra $1, $2, $3, $4, $5, or whatever. And Uber still charges them whatever the hell they want, okay? That's what we do know. But I guess it seems the last couple days, whether it was a glitch or something like that, or they were just trying to get sneaky, well, it seems like they were charging way, way more. Up to 50, 55% of what the fare was. So that means the driver would have made like 10 bucks and they were charging like 50 bucks. It was getting outrageous. I put the link to his video in the description below. I didn't want to just try to go over everything again because he did a really great job of doing it. And I made sure I was checking my fares. And I suggest everyone should maybe check their fares too to make sure what's going on correctly. And always check that Rider app because that's how they found out. He found out from the Rider app was showing surge. It was rides were costing 80 bucks. But on the driver's side, it was only showing us maybe $1 of surge and sometimes none. So they were saying it's surging to passengers and not giving us a chance to make any kind of money off that surge at all. Just give us the normal flat rate, you know, of miles and minutes. So I thought that was very disturbing. And I made sure I had to report on today where, you know, like I said, the April Fool's is all done and over with now. And now people know that this was actually happening. So again, like I said, I put his link to his video in the description below. And it is quite disturbing when you start watching it. Because the simple fact of, what the fuck, Uber? It was pretty much like he said, it was like, it's like a crime. I think it's even his title, Uber, this is criminal or something. Because it was pretty messed up. And this isn't nothing we shouldn't have expected from Uber and Lyft and everybody else, you know. And before their IPO, they're trying to make a lot of money and show some kind of profit. I understand that, okay? But this was just really bad. Really, really bad. What's going on, Altia, mate, Force? What's going on, Deanna? But I'm not sure if anybody's already seen his video or not. But when he shows those screenshots and stuff, it looked really, really bad. And then he had it where the Rider app was open. And like I said, it was like 80 bucks for rides going to the airport. And he was only making like 10, 20 bucks. It was insane. It was over the 50%. And that was bad. And but like I said, this isn't something that we shouldn't expect by now, of course, you know. We know their games and everything, but we can't let them just blatantly get over on us. And surprisingly enough, he even said if it continued, he was going to end up having to drive for Lyft instead of Uber all the time, which, you know, he prefers Uber because they always stay busier. And I don't blame him. That's why I'm glad I'm still with Uber. And when I wasn't with Lyft anymore, I wasn't too pressed on it because it didn't really make a difference. But yes, guys, you definitely need to start double-checking your fares to make sure you're getting paid correctly. And check out that Rider app now and then, because you just never know if it's actually surging, what it's surging. You just don't know. But all I know is from what I saw, I didn't like it. Uber deserves a Smack-o-vich, plain and simple. And if Lyft trollos, they're going to get a Smack-o-vich too. Smack-o-vich Central. That's what this is going to turn into. And this isn't good, because with all the protests and everything, this would be something else for drivers to protest at and be like, yo, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? Sadly to say, of course, we know Uber and Lyft probably both won't care what we have to say. Deanna from Chicago, the surge is getting less. I noticed it's not red anymore and there's no surge multiplier. Plus 250. It's a slighter different shade of blue. If you're colorblind, you cannot see it. Very sneaky. Oh, man. Yeah, see, that's no bueno right there. That is no good at all. And I understand Uber's going to charge them whatever they're going to charge them, but they need to make sure we're at least being able to make something off of it, even if it is an extra $1 or $5. It's just a simple fact that we are entitled to that right to be able to make that. And not to is pretty criminal, shady practice right there. That's just wrong. It used the surge destination filter. Oh, see? And yeah, and you guys got that. And Chicago also has the destination filter percentage cutter that they'll take 40% or more if you use a destination filter, which is really messed up. And a lot of drivers are upset with this. And from the way things are going, if this keeps up, a lot of drivers are not going to be driving, because who wants to sit there and get really pissed off after you see your riders are paying 50, 60 bucks and then you're only making 10. Like, that's just horrible. That's kind of depressing. It doesn't make you want to do it. But it is important enough that it needs to be brought to all drivers' attention, so that way you can start double checking everything yourself to make sure you're not getting screwed over or anything. And also, always, if you can and when possible, screenshot when you get a surge trip, so that way you know. Fat Man said, don't drive in surge zones. You ain't getting anything anyway. Well, don't say that. Hopefully, if you're driving in the surge zone and if you actually get a ping, that you'll get that surge. But that's what I'm saying. Screenshot all your surge rides. Always. When possible. Sometimes you can't. If you're doing back-to-back trips, I understand that. But whenever possible, make sure you do it. Anthony, hey, what's going on, man? Yes, again, I'm sorry, guys, for the April Fool's joke. I thought it was a good one. I thought I would want to have a good laugh. Okay, but that's why I didn't do this story yesterday. Because it was between that story, this story right here, and my story that I posted. And I figured I didn't want people not to believe me that this is happening. And I wasn't 100% sure it was true until I further investigated it myself, because a lot more people kept reporting on this. So I wanted to make sure it was true and accurate and nobody was going to think it was BS, so that way people could be informed. Well, I'm glad, Anthony. That was the whole point at the end, that everybody could have a good laugh to start the month off right. And then, of course, at the same time, starting the month off right was also not so good for people getting ripped off on the surge. But yeah, guys, like I said, this is not anything new. We know Uber charges them whatever, and we only get percentages. But for them to outright do it like this is just messed up. They should at least give us the opportunity to make some kind of money off the surge if they're charging passengers surge prices. I mean, that's just the bottom line. And yes, Lyft stock is dropping. As we all intended and knew it would be. They thought they could raise their Smack-o-viches high, but instead their Smack-o-viches go low. No, Thomas, I'm not figuring this out. This was just something new. They were doing it to an absurd extent. Instead of, you know, they charge them 40, we get 10, 15. They were charging them like 60, 70, and you still only getting 10, 15. That's a big difference. But we will see how this all plays out, if they're ever going to say it was a glitch or anything else, or they were just getting more money. We'll find out soon enough. But all right, guys, again, that's in the description below. Check it out. Make sure you give his video a thumbs up. It was really good, and even though it was a video that'll piss you off, but at the same time, it was really good on the way he did it. But all right, guys, we're going to go ahead and cut this one. Check the description below for extra information and tips. Keep doing your thing. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Thumbs up the video. Even though it's bad news, still thumbs up. But all right, guys. Also, in the description below, you'll see the gas app. Check it out. It's awesome. It's very helpful. Helps you save and make money just by doing what you have to do, and that's get gas. But all right, until next time, don't take crap from anybody. Get your money. And as always, Uber on cautiously. Peace out.